The bass fell down. The bass fell down.
RDMS.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jerry to go in the flesh, and as I can read from the title, we have a story time. So buckle up. You don't have to watch me. You can watch me all you want, but you don't have to watch me. You can just listen, and it won't be too long. Today, we're gonna talk about my biggest fail at church. Oh gosh. So y'all see that instrument, or y'all can barely see in that corner, right? I'll bring it to y'all. This baby right here, right? A bass. Used to only play bass, right? And I went to a church only for 2 months. And when I went to that church, as soon as I got there, I saw someone playing the drums, and I was like, whoa, she is pretty, right? So I started talking to the girl. So every time I would play the bass, I would show off, y'all, because like once I started getting on the worship team and stuff like that, I had to show off because that's my baby. That's my baby. She's a drummer. She's like perfect for me. She's a drummer, a bass player, and you already know, a drummer and bass player are like this, right? And so the pastor at that church loved me because I guess he loved when people overplayed. So he loved me. I don't know why, but he loved me. So I remember this one time. By the way, I was not locked in with God at all, y'all. At all. I was not locked in with God at all. And so I remember this one time we were doing slow worship. We had like a church retreat, so it was like 100 people there, right? And I don't know if anyone's watching is part of a worship team, or not part of a worship team, but goes to church and knows what worship is. There's always those moments where everything is super slow, right? And this is the piano softly, and you hear the people worshiping, you hear the people saying, Lord, thank you, Lord, you are amazing. Everything is quiet. There's nothing but just God, right? And so you just paint that scenario in your head, right? There's nothing going on but the piano softly, everyone's worshiping. And I started doing I had my amp off, but I'm doing just playing around, right? So as I'm playing around, right, the amp is off, so you can't really hear it. And then as we're about to start going in, I turn it up a little bit, so I'm just fake noting. And when I turn it up, the bass fell down. The bass fell down, and all you heard was everyone looked up at me. Everyone did, y'all. Everyone looked at me as the bass fell. Again, the drums were barely coming in, so it was still soft, and all you hear is a I got super red because, mind you, it's my baby. She's playing the drums. And I just messed up the entire worship set in a church retreat with almost 100 people there. And I got scared. And then I look up, y'all, and the pastor is giving me the, I'm going to talk to you after, boy. I'm going to talk to you after. And then after that, the very next day, we go back to church, and we had a practice or something like that. When I pull up, the pastor, I need to talk to you in the office. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on and stuff of that nature. So we get in there. He's like, don't ever embarrass me like that ever again in your life. He starts cooking me. And I ain't gonna lie, when I was 17, When I was 17, I did not take no disrespect. I'm like, sir, I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all need me in this worship team, so that's the last time you're gonna talk to me like that. And then he got mad. A week later, my dad had to come talk to him with me about it, and we ended up leaving the church because my dad told me in front of the pastor, I don't ever want to see you step in it. Other things happened, but I don't want to talk about it. But he's like, I never want to see you step foot into this church. That's what my dad told me in front of the pastor. So long story short, the bass dropping was not my fault. That was God telling us it's time for us to leave. I'm just playing. With that being said, make sure y'all follow. If you play on the worship team, if you love God, make sure you subscribe.